In this second video on home ownership, we're going to take a look at the loan amortization schedule. Our objective, we want to prepare a partial loan amortization schedule. You'll see why it would be partial, because this is time consuming to prepare. Thank goodness we have computers that do this for us. We're going to do a couple of months by hand, a couple of payments by hand. We want to remember our simple interest definition and formula. Simple interest is the interest that is calculated only on the principal, the initial amount being borrowed, and the formula is the amount of simple interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time in years. We're going to make use of that in this video. So what is amortization, or what does amortization mean? Okay. Amortization is the paying off of debt with a fixed repayment schedule in regular installments, in regular payments over time. Okay, so to amortize something means you're going to pay it off on a fixed schedule with regular or fixed payments. A loan amortization schedule is going to be a document, a schedule, that shows how each monthly payment is split between the interest that you're paying to pay off the bank's fee and the principal to pay off the loan or the borrowed amount. Okay, we want to note something here. We'll see this as we move on. Although each monthly payment amount is the same, we're still doing with fixed interest rates, so our monthly payment amount stays the same. The portion that goes toward the interest and the portion that goes toward the principal changes with each payment. With each successive payment, the portion that goes toward interest will decrease and the portion that goes toward the principal will increase. In other words, the bank gets their money first. Okay, all of your initial payments, most of that goes to the bank, not much of that goes to pay off the loan. In your final payments, very little of that goes to the bank. They get their money first, and most of that goes to the loan. We're going to see that. So here's our example. We're going to use the same loan we used in the video on mortgages. Okay, so we want to prepare a loan amortization. A loan amortization schedule for the first 2 months of the following mortgage loan. If you'll recall, that loan we saw that we did for the mortgage had an interest rate of 7.5%. It was fixed. The mortgage amount was $175,500. If you'll recall, the sales price was $195,000. We paid 10% as a down payment. We calculated our monthly payment to be $1,227.12. It was a 30-year loan, which means there were 360 payments that were paid over the life of the loan. Okay, for payment number 1, how much do we pay in interest? We're going to take the principal. Okay, well, the principal starts here. This is that amount we owe, $175,500. Times the rate. Well, the rate is 7.5% as a decimal 0.075, and times the time in years. Well, this is only for the first month, and a month is 1/12 of a year. Okay, let's note that. This is 1/12 of a year. That's the month, 1/12 of a year. Okay, so we'll do that math with the calculator. And the interest, the part of our first payment, remember our payment is $1,227.12. The amount of that first payment that will go to interest is $1,096.88. So of the first payment, gosh, a whole lot of that's going to the bank. Okay, this is the amount that's going directly to the bank out of that first payment. How much is going to pay the principal? How much is going to pay the loan? Well, that's the monthly payment, which is $1,227. $27.12, minus the amount that went to interest, that went to the bank, $1,096.88. We do the math here, and $130.24 goes to pay off the loan in that first payment. Okay, the vast majority of the first payment of $1,227 is going to the bank. Just a little bit is going to pay off the loan. Okay, let's continue. So what is the new balance for the second payment? What is the new balance once you make the first payment? Get myself straightened up here, I hope. Well, what's the new balance? Well, it's the former balance. Our former balance was $175,500 minus the amount that went to principal. Well, the amount that went to principal was $130.24. And we have a new balance that we owe to the bank of $175,369.76. Okay, so after the first month, we now owe the bank $175,369.76. Okay, so we didn't pay off much of the loan, we paid a lot of interest. And let's just kind of jot that down so we can see this as we work our way through payment 1 and payment 2. Payment 1, the monthly payment, it's a fixed rate loan, so it's always the same, $1,227.12. How much went to interest? $1,096.88. That went to the bank for their fee. How much went to pay off the loan itself? Well, a whopping, sarcastically, $130.24. And so now, after the first month's payments, how much is now owed on the loan? What is the balance of the loan? Well, that's right here. After the first month, we now owe a little less. We now owe $175,369.76. Okay, so that's line 1 of our amortization schedule. Let's do it again for payment number 2. And don't worry, we're only going to do this twice, because as you can tell, this takes a while. So, payment number 2, we use the new loan balance. Here's our new loan balance. Okay, in the second month, how much will we pay in interest? Well, interest equals to principal, new balance, $175,369.76. Okay, times the interest rate, which is 7.5%, 0.075, times the time in years. Well, it's 1 month, so it's 1/12 of a year. Do the math, and the amount that goes to the bank for their fee in payment number 2, month number 2, is $1,096.06. Okay, it's a little bit less. Okay, so what is that? 82 cents less. Okay, so that 82 cents is going to go to pay off the principal. So the principal payment is the monthly payment. Okay, it's always the same in a fixed loan, $1,227.12, minus the interest payment, $1,096.06, and the amount that goes to pay the loan off, in this case, is a little bit higher than this, $131.06. Okay, again, the bank is getting their money first, so most of these payments are going to the bank. Very little of the payment is going to pay off the loan, but it's increasing. This will decrease and this will increase over the 360 payments. So now, what is the balance of the loan? Well, it's the former balance, which was our $175,369.76, minus the amount that went to pay off the loan, the principal payment, which is $131.06, and our new balance for payment number 3 is slightly smaller, 175, 265.70. Okay, so let's put these two together, and here's the beginning of building an amortization schedule. Okay, there's payment 1. It tells us the monthly payment, the amount that went toward interest, the bank's fee, the amount that went toward paying off the loan, and after payment number 1, how much is left for the loan. Payment 2, there's the monthly payment. How much went to interest? Well, a little bit less. How much went to pay off the loan, the principal? Well, a little bit more. And what's the balance? Well, it's a slight, it goes down. You owe a little bit less money for the loan. Okay, so what do we see happening here? As your payments go on, the amount that goes to pay the bank's fee, this is decreasing. Okay, the amount that goes to the bank will get smaller and smaller over the 360 payments. The amount that goes to pay off the loan is increasing slowly. And obviously the balance of the loan, the amount you owe, is going to decrease because you're making payments on it. Let's take a look at this, what a full amortization schedule looks like. Here, just what the bank does with the computer. Okay, so I just pulled out a bank calculator from the internet. As you can see here, I put in the loan amount, $175,500. The loan term we said was 30 years, which of course is 360 months. And we had an interest rate of 7.5% per year. I pressed calculate. And the monthly payment is $1,227.12, which I think is exactly what we got. Okay, now, on the previous video, we talked about the total interest that was paid. It's slightly different than ours because of some rounding over the 360 months, but it's almost exactly, it's very close, within a couple of dollars, the amount of interest you're going to pay. Now, as I scroll this up, you'll see a link here, show the amortization schedule. I'm going to press that. And here's the schedule. Okay? Here's the schedule. Here's the first payment. Okay, it's not saying payment 1, but it's the first on the list. Notice that all of our payments are the same because it's a fixed rate. The amount that went to principal, we had $130.24. So maybe I did a rounding in there that the bank didn't do somehow. The amount that goes to interest, ours is identical, $1,096.88. And then you can see the new balance. And again, we're off by just a penny using our formula. So the balance is slightly down. Month number 2, a bit more goes to principal to pay off the loan. A bit less goes to the bank to pay the fee. And the balance comes down. And you can see here, I'll also go down a little bit. This is 360 lines. Notice in here, the amount that's going to pay off the loan is increasing. The fee that goes to the bank is slowly decreasing. And the loan amount is slowly coming down. It's going to come down to 0, but it's going to take 360 months because you chose a 30-year loan. Let's go all the way down to the final months of this loan. Whoops, 360 months later, and here we are. Okay, now look at the number that's going directly to pay off the loan. Now it's reversed. The amount that's going to pay off the loan is a large number. The amount that's going to pay off the interest, the bank's fee, is a small number and getting smaller. And then finally, the loan amount you owe, once you pay it off in 360 installments, will become 0 at the end of those 360 months. As you can see again, the bank is getting their money first. You're paying off the loan. You are paying off the loan, but the amount that's going to the loan starts off small and goes big. In order to do that, the bank again getting their money first. So that is a loan amortization schedule.